What's going on, guys? Super Savage 789 here, bringing you guys a video, and today we're doing What If Bardock was a Legendary Super Saiyan Part 6. Now, as always, this is a collab with my good buddy Danchi, so go check out Part 5 on his channel, and it's been a while since we've done this series, so if you need a recap, there's a playlist on my channel, go watch that, and without further ado, let's get into today's video. In the time after the Buu arc, a lot would change. With Bardock's revelation of the Saiyans needing to change, he would stop any galactic conquest on the Saiyans' behalf. Instead, the Saiyans would transition to becoming helpful for hire, a lot like their Universe 6 counterparts. Naturally, some Saiyans would reject this abrupt change in their lifestyle, but thankfully their prayers had been answered. Nappa would be going around recruiting more and more Saiyans to their cause. Their ranks continue to grow with Vegeta at their helm. With their numbers continuing to grow, the plan would almost be in motion. There's just one thing Vegeta has to achieve first. Ever since Buu's galactic conquest, Vegeta had a theory on how to exponentially increase his strength. If he can combine his Super Saiyan form with Ozaru, then his power should be enough to rival even Bardock's. Unfortunately for him, it's a difficult thing to truly master, so it's going to take some time to fully achieve. As for other occurrences, Gohan would join the Galactic Patrol. He never really fit in with the Saiyan lifestyle, so being able to help people in the Force is the best solution for him. Kakarot will continue his training, locating Moro somewhere in the galaxy. He was pretty strong, so training with him should be efficient enough. And Moro is happy to train with a Saiyan, as he's able to continuously consume his ki to his heart's content. Thanks to this training, Kakarot is able to fully master his legendary form. The duo would do missions together, though Kakarot has to make sure Moro never goes out of control. Satisfied by being able to snack on Kakarot's energy, Moro remains compliant for the moment. Eventually, the time for Beerus to awaken would arrive. Whis would inform him about current affairs in the universe, with Beerus surprised to hear the Saiyans are thriving. Whis takes him to the strongest Saiyan, which happens to be Kakarot. After briefly talking, Kakarot would power up to his legendary form, rushing in at Beerus. This fight would excite Beerus, as he continues to slowly release more of his power, witnessing as Kakarot's power continues growing. Moro from nearby tries to sneakily eat some of Beerus' power, which the cat god notices, taking a quick break in the fight to knock Moro out in one blow. With Kakarot growing in power, this fight lasts a while, until Beerus asks him to become a Super Saiyan god. Obviously, Kakarot shrugs, confused, not knowing what this is, so Beerus knocks him out as well. Whis would inform Beerus that it appears that this man's son has the ability to use Ultra Instinct, which excites Beerus. Beerus already had a good fight, but hearing that this guy's kid could use such a divine ability means it should be an even better match. Beerus would show up at the Galactic Patrol headquarters, worrying Beerus. He quickly shushes Whis and Beerus about his identity, but Beerus states that he isn't there for him. He's there for Gohan. Gohan would be reluctant but agrees as long as no one is in danger. They will be transported far away by Whis before the duo then start their battle, with Gohan using his Omen. Again, Beerus gets a really good fight from the team, as he weaves around Beerus' attacks. Unfortunately, his stamina in the form would eventually reach its limit, but Beerus is satisfied with the fight, asking Whis about any other Saiyans kicking around, so they choose to head to planet Vegeta next. Once Beerus arrives, he sees Kakarot and Moro heading to the king's castle. Naturally, he'd greet them, saying that he's here for the king. Kakarot would simply choose to watch the fight as Beerus approaches Bardock, introducing himself and asking to fight. While Bardock initially refuses, when Beerus threatens the planet's destruction, he'd be forced to agree. Ultimate Bardock would be good enough for Beerus, but obviously he still doesn't win. Instead, Beerus tells Bardock to come train on his planet. Maybe a Super Saiyan god can be born, as opposed to there being one already existing. Bardock declines, however, due to the responsibilities he has on his planet. He does recommend his son, however. Beerus gives him this offer, and Kakarot agrees. Whis points out that maybe a Super Saiyan god cannot be birthed inside the legendary Saiyans. Maybe they need a normal Saiyan as well. Curious, Beerus asks Kakarot if any regular Saiyan shot promise, so Broly would be offered training as well, which he'd agree to. Moro wouldn't want to lose his feast, and so he demands to come along as well. Whis says that he'll only train Moro if he decides to become a god of destruction, which the goat man agrees to. He's quite accustomed to destruction after all, so the trio head to Beerus' planet to begin their training. From this training, Broly would eventually tap into the Super Saiyan god, learning how to use the form. This also leads to Broly inevitably learning Super Saiyan Blue, though I doubt he'd pick up on a suitable alternative to the stamina issue at this point. As for Moro, he would begin learning about the principles of destruction and even begin learning the Hakai. He's quite lazy like Beerus though, so while he does some training, he typically just lounges around feeding off of Kakarot. Speaking of Kakarot, what would he learn? Well, here we took some inspiration from the Broly 4D movie and decided to give Kakarot the legendary god form. It's pretty neat, and it would also give Kakarot something unique, so that's always nice. With 3 strong players being removed, Vegeta would ramp up his training. He doesn't care about the god of destruction's appearance or Kakarot and Broly getting stronger. After he achieves his power, it will hardly matter. After a grueling long time of training, Vegeta would end up truly taming the inner beast and awakens within him something primal. This of course would be Super Saiyan 4, though Vegeta would give it a different name. Let us know in the comments what you think Vegeta would call it. He assembles his large group of Saiyans and rogue Frieza soldiers and tells them that the time is now. No longer will they need to follow or answer to a soft-hearted Saiyan. After today, Vegeta will sit on the throne where he rightfully belongs, and the Saiyans Saiyans will once again rule the galaxy. With one last battle cry, the forces will head towards planet Vegeta where they begin their assault. Nappa encounters Tora and the duo both begin fighting in Super Saiyan, something Nappa picked up on during one of his training sessions with Vegeta. People like Tagama and Shisami as well as the Ginyu Force would all be brawling Saiyans, but we don't need to focus on those fodder fights. Let's just jump straight to the main event. Bardock would move to get up from his throne and help the others when a Ki Blast cuts him off. Vegeta tells him that he won't be going anywhere. It's time for him to get off his throne. Having figured out that Vegeta was likely plotting something like this, Bardock tells him to give up before it gets ugly. The former prince laughs slightly. Since when could he see the future? Did he see his own death as well? Responding to this, Bardock powers up into his ultimate form, telling Vegeta that he doesn't have to be a prophet in order to tell him this won't go well. Vegeta chuckles at this remark, his red fur grows all over him, and with a yell, he powers up into Super Saiyan 4. This is what the pinnacle of Saiyans look like. No simple mutation could compare to his raw power. The duo begin to battle within the throne room. Clearly Vegeta is no joke, throwing powerful blasts that actually phase Bardock somewhat. The king isn't a pushover, however, having the advantage in this fight. Not only does he start off in a stronger position, but he also grows much quicker during combat. As they fight, Bardock tries to talk to Vegeta. Say he does become king, he'd only lead the Saiyans to extinction anyway, constantly slaughtering millions, turning the universe into a barren wasteland, until inevitably the Saiyans fight a threat they cannot even imagine. Vegeta scoffs, telling him that it seems the throne has turned him soft. That wide-eyed enthusiasm was the same as his son's. Too bad he had to kill him. This infuriates Bardock as he moves into attack, throwing a sloppy punch which Vegeta grabs. Vegeta then corrects himself. How could he forget he didn't kill Raditz? No, that was Kakarot to put him down. Shock fills Bardock's body as he questions what this means. Why would his son do that? This is exactly what Vegeta wanted, as he unleashes a point-blank final shine that blasts Bardock out of the throne room into the horizon, with Vegeta flying straight after. Bardock would now be much weaker due to his injuries, but would still be above Vegeta. Now angered by the prince, he would stop holding back, taking multiple opportunities to beat him down without remorse. The attack sends shockwaves down to the ground below, before Bardock decides to end this. He plants his hand on Vegeta's face and flies him all the way down, slamming him hard to the ground of the wasteland. Vegeta gets back up to continue fighting, his pride not allowing him to give up yet. He flings his ape-like body at Bardock, but the king has none of it, breaking Vegeta's arm with a kick that sends him falling to his knees. Vegeta's body gives out, falling back to base as he stares up at Bardock. He laughs to himself, asking if this is what his father looked like before he died. Fitting. Bardock raised out his hand, charging up a blast. As Vegeta accepts his fate though, Bardock lowers it, turning away. He tells Vegeta that the Saiyan he was before would have turned him to ash without remorse, but he's grown beyond that. Every Saiyan has grown beyond that, except for the ones who believe Vegeta's lies. Conquering and ruling isn't the life for a Saiyan, they just live for combat. Once you separate the two, you may actually live a fulfilling life, as opposed to dwelling on your hatred. So after Vegeta heals up, he's more than welcome to come fight him again, because even though Vegeta was trying to kill him, he'd be lying if he said that he didn't enjoy it. Bardock then flies away, leaving Vegeta stunned. Bardock arrives to see Vegeta's coup fighting the Saiyans and shouts to everyone to stop fighting. No more bloodshed will occur on this day. Vegeta is defeated, but he isn't dead. Take whoever lived and leave the planet. No more harm will come to them. Everyone collectively understands to listen to Bardock, and so the coup all leave. Nappa would locate Vegeta and begins helping him into his pod. As he does so, he asks Vegeta what happened. Barely conscious, Vegeta says that he's done going after the title of king. They need to go find their own purpose. So the Vegeta Force will go to find their own ways in the universe, no longer planning to kill Bardock. Meanwhile, the Universe 6 tournament would occur, with the team being Granola, Broly, Kakarot, Moro, and Monaka. I'm not going to waste any time in fleshing out these fights because you guys ultimately understand how it's going to go. Universe 6 loses badly here against Universe 7's overpowered team. Zamasu would have watched the fights on GodTube, and so he decides to act. He takes the Super Dragon Balls and would make the wish to take someone's body. He decides to take Broly's body, due to him attempting to imitate a god while also not having some barbaric transformations such as Kakarot. And since there is no future timeline here, we're going to be dealing with a Broly Black in our timeline. But we'll save that one for later, because that's where we're leaving it here. Make sure you like and subscribe, and comment down below what you think's happening in the next part. As always, make sure you subscribe to both me and Danchi to see the last two parts of this series. And if you're enjoying it, let us know. Also, remember to comment down below what you think Vegeta's Super Saiyan 4 would be called. And yeah, bye!